Alright guys, I got the mic up, and I'm hoping the stream is okay, because when I first started getting stream all set up, I got a warning on OBS saying encoding overload and all that. I was like, how are you getting encoding overload? All you're showing is just a picture. That's it. There's nothing else to show. So why are you acting like it's being too much for you? Like, don't give me this crap, OBS. So, if anyone's watching, let me know if everything's fine and all that, because it said that encoding overload, and I have no idea why it would say that when it's just a picture. That's it. It's just a picture. I'm not doing anything else, just a picture. And it does say there's no dropped frames, but that's what it said when I first started streaming. It was really irritating when it said that. But anyways, with that raging out of the way, we are now 10 minutes away from the 2025 NFL schedule being released. As we cannot wait, and I cannot wait till September for the kickoff game. And of course, while we wait, and of course, I'm sure, like every year, like the last several years, because NFL site sucks ass since like 2018, I'm sure the schedule is going to take even longer to be revealed than exactly at 8 like it's supposed to be. But I'll be refreshing when the time comes around 8, and we'll react to the schedule each of the weeks, as I do every year. Hey, the 10th time I've done this now, since 2016. I've been watching the schedule release since 2009, and it's always fun and all that. So anyways, while we wait still, some of the games, of course, have been revealed. And I'm gonna talk about them as I remember them too. Of course, we already know the kickoff game, and I'm not surprised, but it's Cowboys at Eagles, and I'm not happy about that. I think that's a terrible choice. If I made the choice, I would have picked the Rams, because, hey, their game went right down to the wire in the playoffs. The Rams were the only team that gave the Eagles a legitimate challenge in the playoffs that year, so I would have picked the Rams instead. Cowboys, I don't care if they're rivals. Cowboys were 7-10 last year, and they got destroyed by the Eagles both times. That's not worthy of a kickoff game. Should have been the Rams. And now we just got revealed, the next day, of course, they're going to have another game in Brazil that Friday. Now, I saw the other day, they said the Chargers were going to host. Well, just a moment ago, they revealed that they're going to host the Chiefs. So the Chiefs will be at the Chargers on Friday in Brazil. And, of course, if I remember correctly, oh, God, that's right. It's going to be on stupid YouTube as well, which means I'm not going to be able to watch it, which pisses me off even more. Because the NFL needs to be banned from doing this. They need to stop doing this subscription bullshit. I should be able to watch the games just like everyone else should be able to watch them. This is so stupid. Just like when they did Peacock last year, too, for the Packers-Eagles Brazil game. So, yeah, that pissed me off, too. I'm not going to be able to watch it unless someone helps me in that regard. So, anyways, for this game, I'm guessing it'll be equivalent to Sunday night, but I don't know since it's going to be on YouTube, so I have no idea how they're going to consider it. But Chargers at Chiefs, if it would be the equivalent to Sunday night like it was last year, I think it might have been better if the Chiefs were hosting, because both games were down to the wire, yes, but when the Chiefs were hosting, remember, it was like a last-second field goal, and the division was on the line and all that. So, honestly, I think I would have rather had the Chiefs host this game instead of the Chargers, but that's what I pick. Not necessarily have a problem with the game. I'm just more mad that they're going to have it freaking not easy for me to watch and such. And, of course, all the international games, too, were revealed. I remember there was 3 of them in the UK. They're doing one of them in Germany this year instead of, what was it, two of them the last, 2 seasons. So they're having one in Germany. And then they're also going to have one in Ireland. NFL's going to make its debut in Ireland. And, to wrap it up, the NFL, of course, is going to make their debut in Spain. So, hey, 2 new countries to the list. Love to see NFL being spread around the world in American football because the sport's amazing. Now, the games, of course, we already mentioned Chiefs at Chargers. Chiefs at Chargers was the first international game, the day after the kickoff game. I think the next game afterwards is the Ireland game, which was Vikings at Steelers. And then right afterwards, next week, the Vikings got to stay and go to the UK as they got to visit the Browns. And funny enough, the last time the Vikings visited the Browns in 2017, that was also in London. So, you would think they would send the Vikings actually to Cleveland for once. They're going to have to wait now to 2033 potentially. My goodness. So yeah, that was that. And then the second London game, I think I just saw it when I was looking up pictures for the thumbnail this. I think it said it was going to be Broncos at Jets. Then, because I think there was still one more. Wait, because I think it was 6 games. Actually, I think it was only no, I think there's only 2 UK games this year. I might have to look it up again because I remember it was like 6 international games. But I think one of the matchups, I think the last one, Spain, was Falcons at Colts. I think it said it was, and then I'm trying to remember again. I think one of them was Rams at Jaguars, and the Jaguars are not going to have 2 games like they had the last few years. It's just one. But I can't remember if that was Germany or it was the UK. Now I think the Dolphins hosted one of them too. I think it has a link right here on NFL.com as we still got 5 minutes to go. Let's see, where can I find that? Actually, no, I think I'll look up, and of course, stupid phone falls off the desk. I'll look up Wikipedia instead, because I think it'll mention it right there for an easy find. Still got 5 minutes to go, and when this time comes, I will refresh until it shows the schedule. And then we'll begin reacting to it. Let's see. International games, Wikipedia, please. Here we go. Okay, so the Browns... Wait. Oh, yeah. The Browns, of course, are going to host a game in London. Like I said, they're hosting the Vikings. And the Jets are hosting the Broncos. Let me go look up International Series' Wikipedia page. Maybe it'll tell me right here. All right, here we go. 2020. Damn it. Stop overshooting. All right. So, yeah. Okay, so there is free London games. Vikings at Browns, Broncos at Jets, like I said, and Rams at Jaguars. Okay, that is in London. So that's 4 games. Wait, that would mean there's like 7 games, isn't there? Okay, the Germany game, like I said, Falcons at Colts, so I got that correct. We already know about the Brazil game, Chiefs at Chargers. Oh, okay, Germany game was Falcons at Colts. Okay, so that was the Germany game, and I knew I saw the Dolphins were the home game for one of them. They're hosting the Commanders for the Spain game. So wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 7 international games? I remember seeing just 6 early day on the picture I saw. Well, that's something really off there. That picture I saw was lying to me. It said it was 6, not 7. So there we go. Now that's all mixed up has been resolved. So the Brazil game is Chiefs at Chargers. Ireland game is Vikings at Steelers. The London game is Vikings at Browns. Broncos at Jets and Rams at Jaguars. The Germany game is Falcons at Colts, and the Spain game is Commanders at Dolphins. All right, now we got that all figured out. Oh, and I see the Rams are going to actually host a game next year in Melbourne, Australia, which will be a little bit problematic because, if remember, Australia is like 12 hours ahead of America's time. So if it's night for us, it's day for them and such. Maybe they could do it. It would have to probably be a night game potentially, which would be in the middle of the day, although that would probably be early in the morning, though, for Australia. If they're going to do, like, an afternoon game over there, it would have to be, like, depending on what time of the year it is. They would probably, if they want to do the best time possible, it had to be, like, December or something. And then they can have, like, a 15.5-hour difference if you're on the East Coast, unless they're going to fuck over either one's time. That's the problem we do games, like, in Asia's part of the world and such, because the time zones are, like, massively off. And someone's going to get screwed over in that regard. Which is why I don't know if they should do an international game in that part of the world. We'd rather them do just preseason games and such. But we know the Rams are going to host a game down there next year. As we got 3 minutes to go still. And we got to get back to the rest of the schedule. Let's see. Where was the rest of it? Oh, I know one of the... No, not the Christmas. The Thanksgiving games, of course, is Chiefs at Cowboys. We don't know the Lions one yet, nor the last one. Chiefs at Cowboys for the Thanksgiving game. When it comes to Thanksgiving games, I want matchups for teams that haven't played on Thanksgiving in a while. I'm trying to remember the last time the Chiefs played on Thanksgiving, which might have been 2006, because they played the Broncos on the first ever night Thanksgiving game. But I can't remember, did they play recently on Thanksgiving? It won't come to my head. So that might be okay after like 19 years. The Black Friday game is Bears at Eagles afterwards. And speaking of Eagles, we know they're going to visit the Packers on Monday night on November 10th. That's okay. I personally probably wouldn't have picked that for a Monday Night game, but it's not too bad. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, they're doing a Christmas game. Oh, yeah, they're doing Christmas games, of course. Wait, unlike last year, this year at least Christmas is on a Thursday, so they could do a Thursday night game in that regard. But it's on Netflix, which pisses me off too, since I didn't get to watch the games last year. They need to, like I said earlier, they need to ban that. So the Christmas games, Cowboys at Commanders and Lions at Vikings. That would be interesting. Lions-Vikings one would be really huge. I know I'm missing a game, though. I know I'm missing a game, because there was another schedule release somewhere along the line, but it's not coming to my head, and it's not showing up on the site, as we're down to the final 8 seconds. I guess we'll wait and see when the time comes, but that's my reaction at the start, and it's now live, so we'll see, but of course nothing pressing there. Alright, let me go schedule up, and I see an ad load up on my video. I really don't like that. Oh, the last 2 days, there's a YouTube channel that's been streaming the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I've been watching like crazy the last 2 days, to the point where I haven't been filming as much lately. But man, I watched it last night while working on my Blossom Summer on the tablet while laying in bed, and when Joey was battling Bones, and it kept playing ads during the stream, which really pissed me off. And I don't want that to happen in my streams either. It's so stupid. Interrupting the stream with ads really stupid. Alright, here we go. We're loading up the page. Will it show anything? I'm looking away. I'm just waiting for like silhouettes of teams in the background. It's still loading up the page. I'm waiting. And of course, no games available. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? It's literally... Wait. Okay, now it said schedule release on the side. And of course, I refreshed the page right before I saw it. So I gotta wait for it to load up again. Still says no game available. Come on, let me press on link. Schedule release. Maybe they'll show it right here. We'll see. It's loading up. And once I see something showing up, I will change the screen. Change the picture to my screen. We'll see. Oh, screw you. They're crying about me having ad blocker on. Well, go fuck yourself. I'm not turning it off. How about that? Alright, so I guess we'll go back to league schedule and see if it shows anything, since nothing was there. Again, looking at the corner of my eye because I don't want to see anything yet. Alright, no games available still. Oh my god. Alright. I need to burp for a moment, and then I'll check when I come back. So, hang on one moment, people. Alright, now let's go see if it reloads. Because it's now 2 minutes behind schedule. This is literally how it's like every single year. I think it was like, what was it, like 2022 or 2023 or whatever else. It was like 15 minutes late or something really stupid. Like, no. Just load up. If you say it's going to load up at 8, show up instantly at 8. As soon as I hit 8, refresh on the schedule page, it should be instantly there. It's not that hard, people. If I could do it fucking like 10 plus years ago on my old sites for MTWS to release the schedule on time, you fucking NFL and other places can do it. It's not that difficult. But then again, I'm not surprised because I swear NFL sites since 2018 has been so horrendously bad. It's so bad on NFL.com to look up the scores. There are times where the games are over and the game still says there's like several minutes going on NFL.com. How are you so bad that you're delayed by like several minutes off in a game time, for crying out loud? How are you that bad that I have to go on freaking look up NFL scores on Google and their stuff's almost instantly? Why? Why can't you be on time? It's your product, for crying out loud. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to look at other sources to get scores and all that. It should just be right there when I load it up on time. Alright, refreshing again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm not looking, it's up here. Alright, here we go. And here we go. Time to look at the schedule now, guys. So here we go. Week 1, of course, Cowboys, Eagles, like I said, I think that's terrible. Chiefs at Chargers, that's fine. Here we go. Ooh, Buccaneers at Falcons. That's going to be big, because remember, they fought for the division lead twice last year, and the Falcons swept the Buccaneers, so that's a huge game to start off with. Bengals at Browns, interesting. Dolphins at Colts. 2 potential playoff teams. Remember, around 8-9 last year. That'll be interesting. Panthers at Jaguars. Raiders at Patriots. Cardinals at Saints. Steelers at Jets. Because we still have no idea if Rodgers is going to be on the Steelers yet. Wouldn't that be funny if he does join the Steelers and he plays the Jets right afterwards? That'll be hilarious. Giants at Commanders. Then the 4 p.m. games. Titans at Broncos. 49ers at Seahawks. Lions at Packers right off the bat. That's huge. Right off the bat. My goodness. And then, Texans at Rams. That's kind of big. Huge game right off the bat. Ravens at Bills for Sunday night. Let's go. Big start in that regard. And then the Monday night game, Vikings at Bears. Not a big fan at. Especially since, although normally I would probably give the Vikings a whole bunch of night games since they did go 14-free last year. I don't think they're going to do that good this year. But then again, I thought they were going to be terrible last year, and then they pulled a 14-free out of their ass. But I honestly don't think I'll give the Vikings that many night games because I don't think they're going to probably be as good. So I don't really like this matchup. A whole bunch of other possibilities. But that Sunday night, though, that's huge. And that Buccaneers-Falcons matchup. Right, here we go for week 2 now for our first actual Thursday night game. Which is Commanders at Packers. 2 division teams going. I mean, not division, 2 wildcard teams going. That's going to be huge. That'll be really cool. That's going to be a tough start for the Packers, too. 0-2 is a possibility. All right, then Browns at Ravens. Of course, go away. Browns at Ravens. Jaguars at Bengals. Giants at Cowboys. Thank you. Not a after late game for once for these 2. Bears at Lions. Patriots at Dolphins. 49ers at Saints. 2 away games to start for the 49ers. Bills at Jets. 2 home games for the Jets to start the year. Also 2 games for the Saints to start the year at home. Like I said, Bills at Jets. Seahawks at Steelers, just like week 2 of 2019. Rams at Titans. Panthers at Cardinals for the 4 p.m. game. Broncos at Colts. Ooh, could be interesting. They're going to get the Super Bowl rematch in week 2. Wow, already. Sucks we couldn't get that for the kickoff game, but the Chiefs just had to lose the Super Bowl. So, interesting in that regard. Not the main 4 p.m. games. So, Sunday night is Falcons at Vikings. 2 night games already for the Vikings. That'll depend on how well, Michael Penix plays and the Falcons do. We'll see. Since the Falcons, I think, got spanked by Vikings last year. Monday night, Buccaneers at Texans, interested. Chargers at Raiders, I don't know about that. So yeah, 2 night games as well for Chargers start off the year. Alright, so now let's get to week 3. The Monday night games are kind of weak so far, but we still got several weeks to go. Dolphins at Bills for the week 3 game. Division on the line potential. Let's see if the Dolphins can recover. Because remember, they had a pretty good defense last year. It's just their offense was so horrible when Tua went down. Maybe if he's healthy, maybe the Dolphins could be legit. All right, Falcons at Panthers. Packers at Browns. Texans at Jaguars. Bengals at Vikings. Man, the Vikings have maybe a tough schedule to start off with. Steelers at Patriots. Rams at Eagles, which should have been the kickoff game. That's pretty big for week 3, the divisional round rematch again. Jets at Buccaneers, Colts at Titans, Raiders at Commanders, and the 4 p.m. game. Broncos at Chargers, that's a playoff team game. That could be big. Saints at Seahawks. Cowboys at Bears for the 4 p.m. game, which should not be there. Cardinals at 49ers. Sunday night, Chiefs at Giants. Why? The Chiefs are 15-2, even though I don't think they're that good for 15-2, but they're vastly superior to the Giants. And I don't want to hear the crap, but big market, all that. I don't give a crap, so deal with it. Terrible Sunday night matchup. Oh my god. I'll take the Chiefs playing anyone else potentially. This would probably have been a better Monday night game. Sunday night game. Lions at Ravens, which will be huge. Hopefully, though, the Lions won't shit the bed like they did 2 years ago. Remember when the Ravens crushed them 38-6? That's a huge Monday night game, though. Ugh. That was like one of the worst Sunday night games I think I've seen in a while. Ugh, that was bad. I think I liked almost all the Sunday night games so far, other than maybe week 2, which I can't remember all of a sudden. Alright, then week 4, Seahawks at Cardinals. Okay, that could be a divisional match on the line potentially. And then, of course, there's the Ireland game, Vikings at Steelers. Wait, what's this? Wait, different times in week 2. Are you talking about the Monday night games? Let me go check that again, because I actually didn't even look at that. I'm assuming you're talking about the Monday night games really quickly. Let me go check that. Yes! Yes! Thank you! Thank you, NFL. Thank you. I didn't even notice that. Thank you. If you're going to have 2 Monday night games, do it like this. One at 7, one at 10. That way I can watch one game and then watch the other. That way I don't have to alternate back and forth, which is stupid. Have them one at 7, one at 10. Thank you. I didn't even notice that. Thank you, James or whatever, for mentioning that. Didn't even notice that. All right, so now let's get back to the week 4 schedule. I only saw, I think, the Vikings-Steelers Ireland game. Ooh, Commanders at Falcons. That'll be interesting since they were down to the wire last year, remember? Saints at Bills, Browns at Lions, Titans at Texans, Panthers at Patriots, Chargers at Giants, Eagles, Buccaneers, just like last year, remember, it was week 4. Remember when the Buccaneers whooped the Eagles' ass, and that began the Eagles' turnaround to become one of the best teams last year. Oh, we got a lot of 4 p.m. games. Colts at Rams. Could be interesting. Jaguars at 49ers. Ravens at Chiefs. I'm surprised they make that a night game. Interesting. That'll be really big, maybe. Bears at Raiders. Packers at Cowboys for Sunday night. I'm actually surprised they didn't do that for 4 p.m. like they usually do. And also, I don't think I'd like that matchup at all. Cowboys should not. No, Cowboys suck. They should not get that many night games this year. They already got freaking 2 of them. And 2 Monday night games. Ugh. Why, NFL? Why? You did just right. In week 2, and now you fucked it up in week 4. 7, 10. It's not hard. Anyways, Jets at Dolphins. Terrible game since the Jets got destroyed last year, remember? And Bengals at Broncos. Now that, on the other hand, is a good matchup. This should not have been there, though. But I'm still very mad they have 1 at 7, 1 at 8. You did it just right in week 2, and you can't do it right afterwards. Like, come on. Do it right from the very start, people. All right, so now we get to October, week 5, 49ers at Rams. Interesting. Both games, remember, went down to the wire. And that 49ers, I think, could be coming right back into be a good team again. So that could be big. And then the first London game, Vikings at Browns. And, of course, a stupid ad on YouTube. Now I got to wait to get rid of it. My phone. There we go. All right, back to schedule. Texans at Ravens. Interesting, maybe. Dolphins at Panthers. Raiders at Colts. Giants at Saints. Cowboys at Jets. I'm surprised they didn't do that for a 4 p.m. game like they usually do. Ugh. Broncos at Eagles. I'm surprised they didn't do that for a 4 p.m. game. That deserved it, honestly, potentially. All right, the 4 p.m. games. Titans at Cardinals. Buccaneers at Seahawks. Lions at Bengals. Cool. Commanders at Chargers. Sunday night Patriots at Bills. Why? I think when the Patriots visited the Bills last year, did that go like somewhat down to the wire? Although I think the Bills kind of blew them out in the end, but I think it was kind of close. If you're going to do this, why do it at the Patriots? That was more closer, even if it was because the Bills rested. Ugh, I don't like that Sunday night matchup. You got freaking Commanders, Chargers, Lions, Bengals, hell, even Buccaneers, Seahawks. Broncos, Eagles, I thought should have potentially been a Sunday night game. So yeah, I don't like that one. Chiefs at Jaguars. Again, just why? This is kind of almost as bad as the Giants one. At least it's a Monday night game, but still. Terrible night game right there as well. Ugh. Alright, now for week 6. So next, Eagles at Giants. Wait, here we go, load it up. I would rather it be at the Eagles instead, since that went right down the wire. But then again, the Eagles were resting their starters. Would better there. Broncos at Jets. Second year in a row. No, is that the... No, I think it's the second year in a row the Broncos visit the Jets. And, of course, this one's going to be in London as well. Rams at Ravens again. Pretty big matchup. Cowboys, Panthers. Cardinals at Colts. Seahawks at Jaguars. Chargers, Dolphins, interesting. Browns at Steelers. 49ers at Buccaneers. That'll be interesting. That went right down to the wire. Then the 4 p.m. games. Titans at Raiders. Bengals at Packers. Ooh. Patriots at Saints. I'm surprised they made that a 4 p.m. game. Both teams sucked last year. Okay, now this is the actual good matchup for Chiefs. Lions at Chiefs for Sunday night. Although, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be good this year. We'll see how they play. But the Lions were an actual legit good 15-2 team, unlike the Chiefs. That will be huge. And then the Monday night games. Again, why? 7-10. Do it right, people. It's not hard. Anyways, Bills at Falcons, okay. Bears at Commanders. Normally the matchup is not good, but I remember that wild finish I had last year, so I guess I'll tolerate that. But again, stop doing 7 p.m. game and an 8 p.m. game. Do one at 7, one at 10. I don't want to alternate channels. I want to be able to watch one game and then go watch the other. It's stupid. All right, so week 7 now. Steelers at Bengals for Thursday night. I can't remember how the Steelers and Bengals game went when they visited the Bengals, so I'm not sure about that. All right, this is the last London game. Rams at Jaguars, Saints at Bears, Dolphins at Browns, just like last year. Raiders at Chiefs, Eagles at Vikings. Normally, I would probably say this should probably be like a 4 p.m. game, but since I don't trust the Vikings, I'm fine with that. But God, 2 14-free teams going at that early. Panthers at Jets. Honestly, I'm a little surprised, even though the team sucked last year. I would consider this maybe a 4 p.m. game, honestly. Patriots at Titans, then the 4 p.m. games. Giants at Broncos, Colts at Chargers, Packers at Cardinals, Commanders at Cowboys. I guess I should be too surprised. Falcons at 49ers for Sunday night. Interesting. Monday night. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I would rather this be a Sunday night game. Buccaneers at Lions. That will be really huge. They went right down the wire the last several times they play. And Texans at Seahawks on Monday night. I don't know about that because I especially don't trust the Seahawks. But hey, again, why can't you do it right from the very start? 7, 10. I don't give a fuck if one's East Coast, West Coast. Hell, one of the games earlier, Broncos, Bengals, that was a West Coast team, and they didn't do this thing right. Always 7, 10. Not debatable. Do it right every time. You do it right twice, but you can't do it right all the time. Oh my God, so stupid. All right, here we go. Nearing the halfway mark now. We're week 8. All right, now. So, Vikings Chargers on Thursday night. Interesting. And then, okay, wait, no, that's right. This is not an international game. Dolphins at Falcons, that'll be interesting. Bears at Ravens. Bills at Panthers. Jets at Bengals. 49ers, Texans. Browns, Patriots. Giants at Eagles again very soon afterwards. 4 p.m. games. Buccaneers at Saints. Why is that a 4 p.m. game? The Buccaneers have spanked the Saints when they last visited them. You should have it at, the Bucks host it since their games are close. Cowboys at Broncos. Titans at Colts for 4 p.m. Interesting. Packers at Steelers on Sunday night. I would not really consider this, but if Rodgers actually finally signs with the Steelers, which still hasn't happened yet, if he does, then I'll allow it, because Rodgers will finally play against his former team, which hasn't happened yet. Just like he hasn't played against Mahomes yet, too, which is hilarious. So that will depend on if Rodgers plays. Otherwise, I don't think it should be there. Monday night, Commanders at Chiefs, just like in 2017 when the Commanders, or the Redskins at the time, visited Chiefs. It was Monday night. Interesting. Huge potential matchup. Could have almost been a Super Bowl matchup. Still don't really like a lot of the Chiefs games, pretty much. Although the last two have been a lot better. Alright, here we go to week 9 now. Alright, Ravens at Dolphins on my B-Day too. Good way to get the 32. Ravens at Dolphins on Thursday night. That would be big because the Ravens usually have trouble when they visit the Dolphins sometimes. That'll be pretty interesting. Especially since the last time they visited the Dolphins, that was also a Thursday night game. Alright, now we're into November. Bears at Bengals. Vikings at Lions. Remember I thought that the season finale was going to be huge. It ended up being a dud. That'll be big for the rematch right there. Panthers at Packers. Broncos at Texans. Last time they played each other went down to the wire, so that could be interesting. Falcons at Patriots. 49ers at Giants. Colts at Steelers. Chargers at Titans. No, they didn't play last year. Oh, that's right, they host them. That's right, instead of being at them. All right, the 4 p.m. game. Saints at Rams. Jaguars at Raiders. This should be a night game. I'm surprised that, once again, I'm sure CBS begged to death to get this for a 4 p.m. game. This should be a Sunday night game instead. Chiefs at Bills. Especially instead of this game, Seahawks at Commanders. I don't really trust Seahawks. Chiefs at Bills should definitely be a Sunday night game. Not this. Absolutely not. And Monday night game, Cardinals at Cowboys. I'm more willing to tolerate this one than other Cowboys games. Fine enough. Oh, that's right. No, I was about to say last time the Cardinals visited the Cowboys, that was a Monday night game. But no, that was 2021 they last visited. That was not a Monday night game. It was 2020 when it was a Monday night game. All right. Yeah, they should have definitely had Chiefs-Bills Sunday night instead. All right. So here we go. In week 10, it's Raiders at Broncos for Thursday night. Trying to remember. Oh wait, no, I don't think this would be a good matchup at all because the Broncos destroyed the Raiders. I'm trying to remember what happened when the Raiders hosted them, though. I can't remember. All right, here we go. This is the Germany game. Falcons at Colts. Interesting. All right, then Saints at Panthers. Giants at Bears. Jaguars at Texans. Bills at Dolphins. That could be big. Ravens, Vikings. That could be big. Browns at Jets. Patriots at Buccaneers. 4 p.m. games. Cardinals at Seahawks. Could be big. Rams, 49ers could be big. Lions at Commanders. That could be big. And then Sunday night, Steelers at Chargers, of course. No surprise they put that for a night game. But hey, at least they're a playoff team, so I guess I won't complain too much. Even though the last time the Steelers visited Chargers... Actually, no, the last 3 times the Steelers visited Chargers, it was Sunday night. And then 2015 for a Monday night game. So my goodness, the last 4 times it was night games. And of course, we already saw Eagles-Packers Monday night game, like I said before. It's fine, although personally, I don't think I would have done that one. But I'll tolerate it. All right, week 11. All right, come on, load up. All right, Jets at Patriots for... Okay, load up. Thursday night, just like the Patriots visited the Jets last year. Okay. And of course, there's the Madrid game. Commanders at Dolphins, that'll be big. Panthers at Falcons. Buccaneers at Bills, that'll be big. Chargers at Jaguars. Bears at Vikings. Packers at Giants. Bengals at Steelers, that should have been the Thursday night game, like I said earlier. That could be big. Texans at Titans. Then the 4 p.m. games, 49ers, Cardinals could be big. Seahawks, Rams could be big. Ravens at Browns, a random 4 p.m. game. I don't like that necessarily. Although it was down to the wire. That's true as well. That was down to the wire. Chiefs at Broncos. Sunday night, Lions at Eagles. 2 best teams record-wise in the NFC. Although the Eagles, I think, were vastly superior. That was a tough one for me, too. I was wondering, should I pick the Lions or should I pick the Rams for the kickoff game? But I decided to stick with the Rams because they put up a good fight. And such. Cowboys at Raiders Monday night. No. Both teams suck. No. I don't care about rivalry, record, range or anything. I don't give a shit. That terrible Monday night game. A lot of the Monday night games have been dog shit this year. Thursday night, Bills at Texans. Of course, the rematch from their week 5 was it game last year when the Bills got lost to the Texans, especially when they collapsed in the 4th quarter with those 3 straight third straight passes deep in their own territory. That was really stupid. All right, Jets at Ravens. Oh, I think Thanksgiving's next week too. Jets at Ravens. Steelers at Bears. Funny enough, not week 2 or 3 like it was the last 2 times. Patriots at Bengals. Rematch from week 1. Giants at Vikings. Giants at Lions. Vikings at Packers will be big. Colts at Chiefs. Colts have challenged the Chiefs pretty well the last few decades or so. That could be interesting. Seahawks at Titans. Jaguars at Cardinals for 4 p.m. game. Browns Raiders rematch from last year at 4. Eagles Cowboys, of course, no surprise. Falcons at Saints. I think it's a little too high. Buccaneers at Rams Sunday night. That could be interesting. The Monday night game. Panthers at 49ers? What? I'm sure the 49ers will probably play better than they did last year, but really? They're really maybe get a little bit too high on the Panthers now. Jeez. I think that's a really strange option. All right, here we go. The Thanksgiving games. There ain't no Chiefs, Cowboys. Packers, Lions on Thanksgiving. Yes, I know the game last year was wild and all that, but the Packers played the Lions on the Packers have played on Thanksgiving now 3 years in a row. No, this should not have been the Packers. I might look up the Lions schedule, who I think they should have played afterwards. I do not like that matchup. Chiefs, Cowboys, like I said earlier, is fine. Bengals at Ravens on Thanksgiving as well. I'm trying to remember, the last time the Bengals played on Thanksgiving, was it 2010 when they visited the Jets? It won't come to my head who else they could have maybe played. Ravens played 2020 when it was at the Steelers, and of course that didn't even get played on Thanksgiving because of COVID. That I would be fine with, although my memory's fuzzy. The last time teams played on a freaking Thanksgiving, because I used to remember these right off the top of my head. This is also the 4th year in a row they had a night game when they visited the Ravens. Sunday night in 2022, and then last 2 years on Thursday night. This is pretty big. And, of course, I already mentioned Bears at Eagles for the Black Friday game. All right, then the wrap-up November. Rams at Panthers. 49ers at Browns. Texans at Colts. That could be big for the division on the line. Saints at Dolphins. Falcons at Jets. Cardinals at Buccaneers could be interesting. Jaguars at Titans. And the 4 p.m. games. Vikings at Seahawks. Sam Darnold's going to get his rematch against his former team. We'll see how well he does. And, of course, an ad on the phone again. Now I got to stop. I hate that so much. I wish they stopped doing that. All right, anyways, Raiders at Chargers, Bills at Steelers for 4 p.m. game, Broncos at Commanders for the Sunday night game. Interesting. No problem with that. And then we go into December. Really? You really got to make the Monday night games even worse. Like, really? Giants at Patriots, 2 of the worst teams last year. Oh my god. NFL, you're so stupid. I don't even know what else to say. definitely not a big fan of the schedule last year. And of course, I'm not surprised Cowboys at Lions for the Thursday night game after Thanksgiving, because they have in the rules where the Thursday night game after Thanksgiving, they have to have 2 teams that played on Thanksgiving and such. So that's not surprised they have that. Funny enough, this is the first time I think the Cowboys and Lions played each other on Thanksgiving after they did that rule change in 2014, I think. So interesting, although I don't think that's a good matchup, but it's kind of like forced to because of this requirements, like I said earlier. Alright, Seahawks at Falcons, interesting. I think that went down to the wire last year. Steelers at Ravens. Rivalry for me, that's big. Ooh! Since I don't think I saw them play each other yet, maybe Steelers hosting the Ravens in the end of the season. That'll be interesting. Titans at Browns. Bears at Packers. I know... Oh! No, wait. Did I mention that earlier? The Bears host the Packers around Christmas or something, I think? Because that was one of the games... Maybe it was the game I missed earlier. I can't remember. Colts at Jaguars. Commanders at Vikings. That'll be interesting if the Vikings show up. Dolphins at Jets. Saints at Buccaneers. That game was wild last year. Broncos at Raiders, 4 p.m. game. Rams at Cardinals. Bengals at Bills. Nice. Texans at Chiefs. I'm not so sure about that one. I would have rather had Bengals Bills. Sorry. And Monday night, Eagles at Chargers. Ooh. Interested. Number one, like 2 of the best defenses last year. That would be really good. Finally, a good Monday night game for once. All right, final 4 weeks. Buccaneers and Rams for Thanksgiving. That's interesting. And Thursday night, Falcons at Buccaneers. I'm honestly surprised they didn't flip it around. Because remember last year, the Falcons hosted the Buccaneers on Thursday night, and that game was insane. I'm surprised they didn't do it again. This will be pretty big, though, at the Buccaneers. That'll be very good. Bears, Browns at Bears. Ravens at Bengals. Cardinals at Texans. That could be interesting. Of course, Ravens, Bengals, too. Jets at Jaguars. That game went in overtime. That could be a surprise. Chargers at Chiefs, which I think earlier should have been the Brazil game. Bills at Patriots. Commanders at Giants. Raiders at Eagles. And the 4 p.m. games, Packers visiting the Broncos. Lions at Rams. That could be interesting if Stafford's still playing, because their games the last several years have been right down the wire. Panthers at Saints for the 4 p.m. game. Don't think I'd agree with that. Colts at Seahawks. Titans at 49ers. Vikings at Cowboys on Sunday night again. Not only do I think this should not be a Sunday night because of Cowboys, I also don't think it should be Sunday night because of the Vikings. They might not be good this year. So yeah, I don't like this at all. Vikings also, last time they visited the Cowboys, I think was also Sunday night as well. Monday night, Dolphins at Steelers. Last time they visited the Steelers was Monday night. This is fine. Alright, week 16 now. As we're nearing the final stretch. Rams at Seahawks Thursday night. That was big last year, if I remember correctly. Went to overtime. That could be a good one. Here are the games. I think these were the games I missed earlier. I was saying before the schedule was released, there's 2 games left. I can't remember what they were. These are what they were. These are supposed to be on Fox, even though it says to be decided. So I don't know why it said Fox beforehand. Just like last year, Packers at the Bears and Eagles at Commanders. Although the schedule doesn't say when they're gonna play and such. All right, then the Sunday games: Patriots at Ravens, Buccaneers at Panthers, Bills at Browns, Chargers at Cowboys, Jets at Saints, Vikings at Giants. It's like how they did last year in Week 1. Chiefs at Titans. 4 p.m. games: Falcons at Cardinals could be interesting. Jaguars at Broncos, Steelers at Lions. Surprised they didn't do that for a Sunday night game like they did in 2017. That could be interesting. Raiders at Texans for a 4 p.m. game. That's a little odd. I would not put it there. Bengals at Dolphins for Sunday night. All right, interesting. 49ers at Colts for Monday night. That will be interesting if Anthony Richardson and the Colts actually play good. And if the 49ers can come back, that could be interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, here we go. Week 17. Of course, they have free Christmas games. And of course, 2 of them I'm not going to be able to watch because fuck Netflix. So stupid. Anyways, Cowboys at Commanders. That game was wild. Lions at Vikings. This game was honestly wild than the other game where they had. That could be maybe big if the Vikings show up. And Broncos at Chiefs. That went right down to the wire last year. That's pretty big. All right, in the Sunday games, Steelers at Browns. Jaguars at Colts. Buccaneers at Dolphins. That could be interesting. Patriots, Jets. Saints, Titans. And the only game, Eagles at Bills. This should have been a night game. Definitely should be... Oh, accidentally pressed on it. That should be the actual Sunday night game instead of Bears 49ers. Just no. No This should be it. Absolutely not acceptable. And then the Monday night game, Rams at Falcons, interesting. And of course, these are games that could potentially be moved to Saturday. Seahawks at Panthers, Cardinals at Bengals could be interesting. Ravens Packers, that'll be interesting. Texans Chargers could be interesting, and Giants at Raiders. All right, here we go. And I did not see Ravens at Steelers yet, so that has to be the Week 18 game. It's been a while since that's been the case to wrap up the season. Here we go, the final week, all the divisional games. Here we go. Saints at Falcons. They've done that. No, I don't think they've done that recently. Jets at Bills. I also don't think they've done that recently. Lions at Bears. I don't think they did that recently either. Browns at Bengals. Haven't done that recently. Chargers at Broncos. They've done that a few years ago. Colts at Texans could be interesting. Titans at Jaguars. Wasn't that too... No, the Colts hosted the Jaguars right here, so it wasn't last year. Cardinals at Rams. I don't think that happened recently. Chiefs at Raiders. Packers at Vikings. That I don't think that's happened since, 2012? That'll be interesting. Dolphins at Patriots. Cowboys at Giants. Commanders at Eagles are wrapping. Wow, they held off that long. Yeah, there we go. I knew that was going to be showing up. Ravens at Steelers at the end. Seahawks at 49ers and Panthers at Buccaneers. Interesting. And such. Alright. So that's the schedule release. Let's go take a look at the night games, shall we? Let's start off with Thursday night. So far, from what I think about the schedule, I don't think it's as good. 2023 and 2024 were definitely something I didn't rage about as much. This one, I was raging throughout. Alright, so here we go. The Thursday night games. Commanders at Packers, good. Dolphins at Bills, good. Seahawks, Cardinals could be interesting. 49ers at Rams could be interesting. So far, the Thursday night games have been good. The first one, I would rather it be at the Eagles instead. So I'm not too thrilled about that one. Steelers at Bengals. If it was at the Steelers instead, I would have liked that more, but I guess it's okay. Vikings at Chargers. It's going to depend on if the Vikings play good, but if they're crappy, I could maybe still tolerate since it's Thursday night. Ravens, Dolphins, that'll be big. This one, I don't really like at all. Raiders, Broncos. Even if they did at the Raiders, since the Broncos destroyed them when they hosted them last year, I still don't think I'd like that. Jets at Patriots, I don't think I would like that at all. Bills, Texans, interested. Bears at Eagles for the Black Friday game. There you go. I don't really think I'd like that. Cowboys at Lions, I don't like that, but it's a requirement for teams on Thanksgiving. They have to play on the Thursday night game afterwards, so I can't really complain too much. Falcons, Buccaneers, yes. Rams, Seahawks, yes. Chiefs and Broncos, yes. So outside of 3 games, the Thursday night schedule, I think, cooked. That's one highlight. All right, then we take a look at Monday night, and of course, I'm going to be raging like a maniac because, like I said earlier, 7-10. Vikings, Bears, I don't like that. Buccaneers, Texans, I like. I don't think I'd like Chargers at Raiders, though. I do like the times, though. Lions at Ravens, I like. Jets at Dolphins, I don't like. Bengals at Broncos, I do like, but I don't like these times. I don't like these times. This needs to be banned. 1-7, 1-10. End discussion. Chiefs at Jaguars, ugh, no. Bills at Falcons, okay. Bears at Commanders, I probably would say normally no, but that wild finish last year, I'll tolerate it. Buccaneers, Lions, that would be huge. Texans, Seahawks, they're teams with win records last year, but I just don't trust the Seahawks that much, so I don't know about this one. Them having winning records at least salvaged it. Commanders at Chiefs, good. Cardinals at Cowboys, Packers, Eagles at Packers, I'll tolerate, but I wouldn't have picked that. Giants at Cowboys at Raiders, no. Panthers 49ers, I think that's more shocking. I don't think it's a good matchup, but I'm just shocked they did that. Giants, Patriots, no. Bad. Eagles at Chargers, great. Dolphins at Steelers, good. 49ers at Colts, that's going to come down how the teams play. It could be either crappy or it could be pretty insane. And Rams at Falcons wrap it up really good. So Monday night is all over the place. They have some terrible options, but then they have some really good options. But man, some of those Monday night games are just really, really, really bad. Ugh. Giants, Patriots, really. Of course, now we get to Sunday night games. Like I said, terrible matchup. It should have been the Rams at the Eagles for the kickoff game. That's really good, though. Ravens, Bills, Falcons, Vikings. I don't think I would pick that. Chiefs, Giants, no. Bad. Packers, Cowboys, not really bad. Patriots, Bills, no, bad. Lions and Chiefs, that's big, even though I don't think the Chiefs are going to be good. Falcons, 49ers, it's going to depend more on the 49ers. God, I think the 49ers got like 5 night games this year. Goodness. Packers and Steelers, I'll accept it if Rodgers plays. Otherwise, I lean towards no, I don't think there should be a night game. Seahawks, Commanders, no, I don't think so. Steelers, Chargers, okay. Lions, Eagles, yes. Buccaneers, Rams, yes. Bengals at Ravens, yes. Broncos at Commanders, yes. Texans, Chiefs, I lean towards no. Vikings at Cowboys, no. Bengals at Dolphins, yes. Bears at 49ers, no. So again, just like Monday night, the Sunday night games are either hit it or they crap the bed big time. Thursday night is the only one that actually cooked pretty much. Oh, God. Alright. Now let's go take a look. What I always do, I always take a look at every, like the best teams in the league schedules now. Let's go take a look at the Super Bowl champs right now, the Eagles. Here they go. I wonder how many games they had. So we'll start with them first. Oh, wait. Is this? Oh, it's still NFL.com. Huh, because usually when I press on the link, it goes straight to the, Eagles page. Oh, here we go. Alright. Let's see. I really wish they had, like, one thing instead of having to slide down and all that. Alright, so Sunday night, a kickoff game hosting the Cowboys. Thursday night, the Giants. Monday night at the Packers. Sunday night hosting the Lions. Monday night, the Chargers. Okay, they only have 5 games. Like I said, I would have taken the Cowboys out and made the Rams the kickoff game. I don't think I would put this at Thursday night, but if I did, I would have the Eagles hosting, so I think I would have taken that out. Maybe if it's at the Eagles hosting, maybe I'll tolerate it. I'll, tolerate, but I don't think I would pick the Packers for Monday night. Sunday night, yes, I would do the Lions game. That was a tough choice. Should I have the Eagles at the Chargers for a night game Monday night? That's good. Definitely should have had Sunday night at the Bills. That should have been big. And then a night game against the host at the Commanders. That game went right down the wire. That should have been the case. So maybe I definitely would have taken out this. Put the Rams in. I probably would have just straight up taken out the Giants. Even if the Eagles host, I would have taken that out. I probably would have taken out the Packers. So that gives me 2 other options, which leaves it wide open for me to have a night game at the Commanders and then Sunday night at the Bills. Much better. Much better with my suggestions right then and there. Alright, now let's go look at the runner-up. The Chiefs. Let me go back. Of course, the Chiefs, even though they couldn't win the Super Bowl last year, they're still going to try and become the first team since the 1993 Bills to make the Super Bowl 4 times in a row. Hey, we'll see. I thought they were crap last year, but hey, they somehow willed their way to get it. And oh my god, the Chiefs games were horrendously bad. Ugh. There's the Sunday night game, of course, at the Chargers. I would have had them hosting the Chargers. I would have done that a night game too, maybe hosting the Eagles. Sunday night at the Giants, no. Just no. That could have maybe been a Sunday night game as well. Monday night at Jaguars, no. Sunday night at the hosting Lions, I'll take that. Monday night hosting the Commanders, fine. That should have been a night game too at the Bills. Sunday night hosting Texans, no. In the end, I would probably lean towards no. And it was Thursday night hosting the Broncos. So let's see. I would take out 1, 2, 3. I would have flipped this so Chiefs would host. Definitely take that out for Sunday night. I would put the Bills game in. Take that out. I would maybe have the Ravens game be another Sunday night game. But then again, that would be 4 Sunday night games, so I had to take one of them out. I would had... Maybe I'll take the Texans one out. And then... Man, that's a tough one. Let me read. I'll take that out. I would take that out. And I would take that out. So that's 2 Sunday nights and a Monday night. Go back up. That's Sunday night. That's Sunday night. Ugh, I would want that to be Sunday night too. Maybe I'll give the Ravens the game of Monday nighter instead. And that would get rid of the Jaguars too. Yeah, much better, my suggestions. Alright, maybe we'll go take a look at the conference championship runner-ups now. First, the NFC Commanders. It was like 5 games the Eagles and Chiefs had. Let's count them up for the Commanders now too. And of course, why can't just go straight to the Commanders site? Why can't they just go straight to the site like they used to do? All right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said earlier, I would have had the Eagles play a night game against the Commanders. Should be at the Commanders too, because that game went right down to the wire. Sunday night Broncos, that's fine. I almost consider maybe making that a night game too, but I'll maybe slide on that for right now. Definitely no Sunday night game against the Seahawks. Chiefs, fine. I'll tolerate the Bears because of the wild finish they had last year. Honestly, maybe we would maybe give a night game with the Falcons. That's fine too. Like I would probably just take out the Seahawks. Yeah, take out the Seahawks and make them host the Eagles instead. So very little changes for the Commanders. All right, now for the Bills. Oh, there we go. Teams. All right, let's go. Load up. Load up already. I pressed the button. Load up. Let's see. They had 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, only 4 night games. Yeah, the Bills got kind of shafted in that regard. Okay, Ravens, that's good. I'll keep that. Thursday night at the Dolphins, I'll keep that. Sunday night at the Patriots, no, that's gone. Oh, wait, maybe this is a game I missed. Monday night the Falcons, I'll keep that for the moment, but I might consider taking it out. Thursday night the Texans, fine. I'll tolerate that. I would definitely take out the Patriots game and have them at the Eagles for a Sunday night game. And you know what? I would take out the Falcons game instead. Have them have a night game at the Chiefs. But man, that's like 4 Sunday night games now. Because Ravens. Wait, they only have. Wait, my hypothetical would be Sunday night. Ravens. Chiefs. Okay, that's fine. That's right. I got shafted. That's right. So Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs for Sunday night. Thursday night at the Texans. But I took out. Well, actually, maybe I can keep the Falcons. Maybe we'll keep the Falcons then. Oh, no, that's right. They had Thursday night. Well, they have 2 Thursday night games. Oh, I hate that. That's not fair to the team to make them have to play multiple Thursday night games. So 2 Thursday night games. Maybe I'll just keep the Falcons game out. Or maybe move the Dolphins to Monday night or Chiefs Texans to Monday night or something. I don't know if I'd like that. Teams having like multiple Thursday night games. I mean, that's really tough for the players. The players don't like doing Thursday night games for that reason. Because it's tough on their bodies. So the NFL should be more considerate of that. But of course, the NFL does not care about the players whatsoever. Unless they're forced to. Alright, now we'll go to divisional runner-ups, the Ravens. Let's see how they do this year. They got 3 night games. 2 night games to start off the year. There we go. Like I said, that's good. Good. That's good. At least the Ravens got most of their games good. That's good. Honestly, I think they cooked. I don't think I would change anything. Maybe add an extra game, but I don't know what I would add. Oh yeah, I would have made that Sunday night. But other than that, I think the Ravens schedules, like, night games are perfectly fine. Alright. That's good. Nice not to complain for once. They actually did it right. Alright, now the Rams. Alright, let's see. The Rams games. Come on, load up. Alright. Oh yeah, they host the Texans, right. Like I said, I would have had them visit the Eagles in the kickoff game. Thursday night at the... No, hosting the 49ers. That's fine. Sunday night hosting the Buccaneers. That's great. Thursday night the Seahawks. I don't like the extra Thursday night game, so I might take that out. But that's still a good matchup. Monday night the Falcons, good matchup. Other than the 2 Thursday night games, I think the Rams kind of cooked too. Maybe I would consider a night game with the Lions. But yeah, other than maybe a game against the Lions, get rid of the 2 first night games, just have one. A kickoff game at the Eagles. I think the Rams is not bad otherwise. Alright, now let's go check out, of course, the best team record-wise other than the Chiefs, the Lions. Let's see what they got this year. I still can't believe they did Packers, host at the Packers stuff here. That's going to be insane. Monday night the Ravens, that's big. Like I said, Sunday night the Chiefs, that's good. Monday night hosting the Buccaneers, that's good. Sunday night the Eagles, that's good. Thursday night at the Cowboys, I don't like that, but I can't really complain. Other than the Cowboys game, they cooked. That would be the only thing. Maybe I would have a different Thursday night game instead, but I mean, if they played the Packers instead in the kickoff, that Thursday night game instead, and played someone else, I would take that. Oh yeah, let's see who the Lions could have else played on Thanksgiving. Steelers, the last time they played was 2020, I think. Of course, they can't play the Cowboys. Packers, 2023, so no. Lions, they play on Thanksgiving. The Giants, they played on Thanksgiving last year, so no. Vikings, the last time they played on Thanksgiving, was it 2017? And I was at the Lions, so I don't know. Buccaneers, was it 2006? That would have been a good matchup, even though Monday night I think would be a better matchup. Browns. God, I think the Browns might have the longest drought on Thanksgiving since like the 80s, I think. So maybe they should get it instead. Bears, they last played last year, so no. So yeah, I think I would probably pick the Browns for Thanksgiving instead of the Packers. And then, oh, it's right, since the Packers wouldn't be able to play on Thanksgiving, they wouldn't be able to do this Thursday night game. But man, if there was a way I could magically do that, I would flip it. I would have the Packers visit the Lions on this weekend's sked, just like they did last year, because that Thursday night game was good. I would take that for Thursday night, but not for the Thanksgiving game. But otherwise, the Lions schedule was really good. Just that Cowboys game I would get rid of. But of course, I can't because of the schedule requirements. All right, and the last divisional game was the Texans. All right. So I'm gonna... Wait, what was this message? I value them being on Sunday night or Monday night or Thursday night potential over the 4 p.m. games. That's just me. I don't care about the NFL's rationale. I care about what I think. Some games might work for 4, but some... Oh, this page is a lot different. Alright, so it's Texans. Let's see. Monday night hosting the Buccaneers. That's good. It's Monday night the Seahawks. I don't really like that much. Thursday night hosting the Bills. That's fine. Sunday night the Chiefs. I don't like that matchup. Other than that, they kind of are okay. At least I'm not like... Other than the Chiefs game, I feel like the schedule's okay night-wise for Texans. Remember how much everyone hyped up the Texans so much and they crapped the bed near the end? That was funny. I would definitely take out the Chiefs game. Maybe I would give a night game to one of the Colts games because their both games went right down to the wire and that was on the division on the line. That would be a possibility. Maybe higher up, and of course a stupid ad. I hate ads so much. Here we go. Maybe a night game with the Broncos potentially? Oh yeah, I would definitely take the Seahawks game out. Maybe do a night game with the Broncos instead. But other than that, Texans schedule wasn't too bad. Alright, let's go take a look at the wildcard teams now. I've noticed too, I've been doing them in order when they lost. So if that's the case, next up is, oh boy, the team that I thought was going to be crap last year. They end up being 14-3, and I think they're going to be crap again. Well, darn. Of course, they're going to have freaking 2 night games to start the year. That is insane. Kind of unfair a little bit, too. Monday night game on the road and then hosting the Falcons on Sunday night. I think that's kind of a little bit unfair. But yeah, 2, 3, 4... 4 night games. I thought they were going to go all the way to 5. Alright, the Vikings, of course. I would take that Bears game out. I might take the Falcons out. I'll keep it there for the moment. First night at the Chargers, oh, fine. Cowboys, Vikings, I would definitely take... Vikings, Cowboys, I would take that out easily. I would have had maybe a Sunday night game at the Lions. My God, it's kind of difficult because I already have the Lions having so many Sunday night games in my scenario. Maybe I have to push that to a Monday night or something, because I would definitely want a night game between them and the Lions instead when they host them. That would have been really huge. But honestly, outside of maybe the Thursday night Chargers game, or maybe take out the Chargers game and make them host the Lions on Thursday night, although that would be kind of unfair for the Lions too, because that means they had to potentially play 3 Thursday night games, so maybe not. Ugh. But yeah, other than that possibility, or maybe a Monday night game instead, other than that, I don't like the rest of the schedule. I would probably take the Falcons game out too, if forced to. Alright, then next in the schedule was... who lost next? They're not coming to my head, which is starting to get me really angry right now. Who lost? Oh yeah, the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers kind of cooked too with their schedule. Man, 2 away games to start off the year? Ooh, I could see them maybe going 0-2. That would kind of be bad for the Bucs. That's been the memo for like the last 2 years. Actually, no, the last 3 years actually with Braves last year. They start off strong, then they crap the bed for most of the year afterwards, and then they ramp it up near the end of the year. They need to stop doing it if they want to be taken seriously. But yeah, Monday night game at the Texans, that's fine. Monday night at the Lions, that's huge. I like that. Sunday night at the Rams, I like that a lot. Thursday night at the Falcons, I like that a lot. Honestly, I think the Buccaneers... the only thing the weakness I would say is maybe the Texans Monday night game. Because I don't think the Texans are probably that good of a matchup. But then again, their game 2 years ago went right down the wire. That was wild. But I think the Buccaneers games are pretty good. No complaints there. The next was the Packers, of course. We already know they're probably going to have their 5 night games. Alright. Oh yeah, funny thing I just remembered. I remember for years and years and years and years, from 2016 when I first started to schedule reaction to 2022, they'd always have the Packers and Bears play each other on night games, and that was a running gag I'd always cry about. But the last 3 years they haven't done it, and I'm glad that they haven't done that. Although this year I'd be a little bit more tolerant because both their games last year were close. But that was a funny gag, funny meme just remembering that. I'm still surprised they did that to start the year. That could be kind of a tough start for the Packers. The Lions and then the Commanders. 2 playoff teams at home to start off. 2-0 is possible, but 0-2 is also possible. But anyways, Thursday night Commanders. That's good. Sunday night the Cowboys, no. That's crap. Sunday night the Colts. If Rodgers is playing his first time against the Packers, I'll take that. But if it's not, I think I might potentially take that out. Monday at the Packers, hosting the Eagles, I think I would probably take that out too, but I'll tolerate that. Wow, what was it? How many? Was it only 4, if that? Wow, I'm surprised I only got 4 night games. Usually the Packers would get all 5, no matter what, the Cowboys. Commanders, that's fine. I would take the Cowboys one out. I'll keep the Steelers in for right now. I guess I'll keep the Eagles in because they kind of got shafted. I would instead, like I said earlier, I would have had a Thursday night game at the Lions because that game last year was wild. But I don't really know if I'd do the Vikings. I don't know if I'd want to do the Broncos. I want to see their schedule later on. The Ravens one would be interesting, but I'm just not sure. The Packers just don't have that many, insanely good matchups, really, for a night game, potentially. That'd be a 4 p.m. team, like someone said earlier. Alright, then afterwards, the next team that lost was... the Broncos. Speak of the devil. What a wild year the Broncos had last year. Maybe they'll be I think Super Bowl contender might be a little too early for that. But, good team nonetheless. Maybe after this schedule... Maybe once I'm done reacting to the schedule, maybe I'll do, a quick tier list of how I think the teams will do. What do y'all say about that, baby, people? Alright, so for the Broncos, they have Monday night the Bengals. I love that. Thursday night at the Raiders, hosting the Raiders, I do not like that. Sunday night at the Commanders, I like that. Thursday night at the Chiefs, I honestly would probably rather have Sunday night, but the Chiefs have too many Sunday night games, so I can't choose that. So I guess I'll accept it for Thursday night. So I would take that out. The Raiders game. Well, it was Thursday night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely would take that out since it's 2 Thursday night games. Definitely take that out. I want the teams to play as little Thursday night games as possible because unlike the NFL, I actually care about player safety. Unlike them, but I would take that out too because I think it's a bad matchup. Wow, the Broncos got kind of shafted for night games. I think they deserve a lot more, but I'm trying to think like what could be good. Also, the Broncos I almost considered maybe a kickoff game with the Packers as well. I mean, the Eagles as well. Them, Lions, or Rams I would have done, but I decided in the end to go with the Rams. Can't have... I guess I'll keep that as for the Thursday night game, but, like, man, it's, like, tough because, like, the only other thing I could think of maybe would be the Eagles, but the Eagles already had 2 main night games in my scenario, so I hate to say this, but I think the Broncos are just going to be screwed out. Like, I can't really think of what else to do, because everyone else has got too many better matchups and such. Sucks for the Broncos, because I think they deserve a lot more night games than that. Alright, and the Steelers now. Of course, a lot of this would depend on if Rodgers plays. That, like I said, that would be so funny if Rodgers does sign and he plays the Jets to start the year. That would be so funny. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. Alright, so Steelers, Thursday night hosting at the Bengals. I would rather it be at them hosting the Bengals. Sunday night the Packers. Again, it's going to depend on if Rodgers plays. Otherwise, I might consider taking it out. Sunday night the Chargers. I'll tolerate that. Monday night hosting Dolphins. Wow, the Steelers got kind of shafted too. Usually they don't. They usually get like too many night games. That's fine. That's fine. That's 2 at least. I would flip this around. So that's 3 games that are good. If I take the Packers one out potentially, if Rodgers doesn't play, I don't know if I like any of the other matchups, honestly. So maybe I'll keep the Packers in no matter what. Alright, and then the last playoff team that I didn't look at yet was the Chargers, who I think they have like a lot of night games. Let's see. And then maybe I'll look up a tier list afterwards. Alright, so of course we already know they're hosting the Chiefs in the Brazil game. I would have flipped that around, said I would have had them at the Chiefs since that game was down the wire. Monday night at the Raiders, I don't like that. I would take that out. Thursday night the Vikings, I lean towards maybe taking that out. Sunday night at host Steelers, I'll keep that in. Monday night hosting the Eagles, I think I took that out when I looked at the Eagles schedule, so I'd probably take that out. God, I took like almost all their night games out, except the Steelers one. Maybe a night game with the Broncos, because I didn't give the Broncos one. I don't know if I could do the Commanders, because I think I gave the Commanders a bunch of them. Dolphins would maybe be a consideration, too. Colts could be an interesting option, too. Like, they just don't have a lot of good matchups that worthy, like, actual, like, night games in my eyes. Just like the Broncos, they just got kind of shafted with the matchups. Alright, so that's it in terms of the actual schedule reaction. I don't think the schedule is that good. The last 2 years, 2023 and 2024, were much better. I didn't rage as much on those. God, those, like... The only thing I would say did really good was just the Thursday night games. They completely cooked this year, other than maybe like 3 of them at most. Maybe 2 more likely. But almost all the Thursday night games were so great. The Sunday night and Monday night games just were really... A lot of them were really good. A whole bunch of them were like complete dog shit, though. Oh, God. Now I'm going to look up a tier list before I wrap it up. I usually kind of like to do this. I usually like to do this at the end of each of my schedule releases so you could hear what I think about each team going into the next season. Alright, I'm trying to look. Okay, I think all the teams are here. I don't like the S, A, B, C, D ranking. I'm going to try and change this a little bit first. Alright, hang on. Let me update this. I'll make the S the Super Bowl contenders. The teams I think are going to be the teams that I think will make the Super Bowl potentially. Alright, well, D, I'll, maybe I'll put him as trash. I was about to say, like, maybe tank and such. Let me type that in. Like, A would probably be, because C, I think I would have, like, borderline playoff teams, and then B would probably be, like, teams I think will make the playoffs. Maybe I'll get rid of, A. Let me do that. Oh, no. How do I remove it? Yeah, delete row. So it'll be like 4 rows. Teams I don't think will make the playoffs. Teams I think could, maybe. Teams I think will, and then the Super Bowl contenders. I'm gonna remake trash, and of course a stupid ad came up. Alright, let me go update this one. Alright. Oh, and of course a stupid ad. Alright, here we go to wrap it up. I got this all set up. Let me just delete these. Alright, here we go. Let me get that back up here. Alright, here's my tier list. So like I said, four slots. Teams I think will not be a contender, won't make the playoffs at all. Teams I think could maybe make the playoffs. Teams I think that will or should make the playoffs, and the teams I think are actual Super Bowl contenders. Alright, of course it's in alphabetical order. Cardinals, after how they did last year, I think they're a borderline team. They could potentially get in. Falcons, it's going to probably depend on Penix. He did play his 3 games he played. He played good, although he lost the 2 games he played good in, and then the game he did crap in, they won. I think I'll put them in the playoffs right now, but it's going to depend on Penix. Otherwise, I can see a borderline playoffs. I think I'll put them in playoffs right now. I have more faith in them. Ravens, Super Bowl contender with that elite offense, which is a rare sight to say for the Ravens. Bills, of course, Super Bowl contender. Panthers, it'll depend on how Bryce Young plays, but I still don't think can really fret to playoffs yet. I really find it hard to say about the Bears, but I think I might actually put them in potentially borderline playoffs. It's going to depend on how they improve. Because remember, they were 4-2 last year at one point. They were in the playoffs at one point, but then they crapped the bed afterwards and won only their final game. Bengals, playoff team. Browns, I don't think really anything of them right now. Cowboys, I think I'll probably put them in borderline contender. Broncos, playoff team. Lions, Super Bowl contender. Packers, I feel conflicted. Stat-wise, they are a Super Bowl contender, but I just didn't trust Jordan Love last year, how he played, so I'm a little sus on that. I thought they were going to be a Super Bowl contender last year, how they played, but I think I'll put them in playoffs right now. Texans, they're probably the best team in the AFC South, so I'll put them in playoffs. Colts, borderline, depending on how they do. They could maybe challenge the Texans for the playoffs, but I'll put them in borderline right now. Jaguars, that's a tough one. I think they'll do better, but will it be good enough to... Because if they do improve quite a bit, they could potentially be borderline or potentially playoff team because the AFC South is so bad. Ooh, I think I feel comfortable saying borderline playoff team. I think I'll put them in no playoffs right now. I hate to do this for the Chiefs, but I have to put them in Super Bowl contenders because Mahomes there. But otherwise, I would put them in playoffs because I don't think they were that good last year. Chargers, good. They have an elite defense. I just don't trust the offense. Herbert, he was a game manager last year. I need to see him put up 30 to 40 touchdowns. Otherwise, I would put him in Super Bowl contender. Rams, I'll put them in playoff team right now. Although I don't know if they're going to keep that momentum up they had last year. Raiders, no playoffs. Dolphins, they're at least a borderline team. If Tua plays good and doesn't get injured this year, and they have that elite defense, I could see maybe being a Super Bowl contender, but I think that's asking too much. Maybe I'll put them in playoffs right now. Vikings, I think I'm being charitable and putting them in borderline playoffs because I don't have faith in them playing as good as they did last year. Last year was a fluke. I just don't trust them. Patriots, no. Saints, I don't see any change, so no. Giants, no. Jets, no. Eagles, of course, Super Bowl contenders. Steelers, of course, gotta be a playoff wreck as always. Seahawks, I think I don't have much faith in Seahawks right now, so I'm gonna put them in no playoffs. 49ers, that's gonna depend on if they recover, so I'll put them in borderline playoffs. Buccaneers playoffs, obviously. Titans, no. And I'm gonna put the Commanders in playoffs. I'm not fully trusting them as a Super Bowl contender yet. Alright, so that's how I think of each team going into 2025. I think the Panthers, Browns, Jaguars, Raiders, Patriots, Saints, Giants, Jets, Seahawks, and Titans Some of them will probably do really bad. Some of them might improve, but I don't think they're going to be a playoff threat just yet. Teams I think could make the playoffs depending on what happens. Cardinals, Bears, Cowboys, Colts, Vikings, and 49ers. Teams I think have a good shot to make the playoffs, or potential good shot. Falcons, Bengals, Broncos, Packers, Texans, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, Steelers, Buccaneers, and Commanders. And the actual Super Bowl teams, the teams I think have the best chance of making the Super Bowl. The Ravens, Bills, Lions, Chiefs, and Eagles. Alright, there you go, guys. I cannot wait. As much as I shat on it, Cowboys, Eagles cannot come here fast enough. I want football back already. I want to watch NFL. I need to see some beautiful football action again. Madden is not enough. So, September, could you get here already, please? So yeah, that's my schedule reaction. Outside the Thursday night games that cooked by and large, I was not really a fan of the schedule. 2023 and 2024 were so much better. But yeah, it was still fun reacting, and I cannot wait till next year to react and rage to it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, and that's going to wrap up the stream, as now, time to do some things I didn't get to do yet today. Film the next Age of History free episode, and watch another Monster Truck event, which I tried to do earlier but didn't have enough time to. Alright, so see you all next time.